Good Sunday evening, everybody. It's been a while. Welcome back to my kitchen and my channel. So, as you know, I've said in the past, I always have a sweet tooth. At night, too. It's okay. But I have it under control. So I thought to myself, what could I make that I'll eat and that I could share with other people? So, this is a great recipe for the whole family. Parents, if you have your kids in sports and you want to give them a boost of energy before they hit the field or on the ice for hockey or football or track and field, this is a really good, healthy recipe. I'm going a little bit above and beyond. I'm kind of making this a super food recipe. So I am making high protein Rice Krispie squares. So in here we have 3.5 cups of Rice Krispies, 2.5 cups of, I'm using Quattro vanilla ice cream flavor. So good. So I just got that going. Your parchment, I got the parchment paper in the glass dish, in 7x9, 2-inch deep. I sprayed the bottom with pan cooking coconut oil and the top of the parchment paper. So there's a little bit of flavor with that. So it'll be easier once you cut them and you can pull them out. So right here. And once I get mixing, a little bit on the hands or the gloves. So this is just what I'm going to do. You guys can add or subtract any of these ingredients. This is like I said, a superfood wake up, start your day kind of recipe. It's friggin' awesome. I just created this in my head. I'm like, I got to do this. So I'm going to share this right now. So let's get going. So dry ingredients first. So I'm going with a very good company. I've been using these products for over a decade. Organic Traditions. We've got Maca X6 powder. We're going to do a tablespoon of that. We're going to do the sprouted chia and flaxseed powder. I'm going to go a little more on that because it's, like I said, it's a lot of volume. So I'm going to take a tablespoon of that, heaping tablespoon. Just gives it a little extra. You got your fiber, your omega-3s, nice boost of healthy powders. We'll do a tablespoon because it's super concentrated. Heaping tablespoon of the maca. It's a nutty flavor. It's nice. It won't take away from anything else. Then, okay, after that, so we're going to focus on the dry ingredients first. We're going to do 3 or 4 cracks of, you do pink salt. I'm going to do sea salt. So 5 cracks, 5 spins. Just enhances the flavor. And, God, I use this all the time now. You guys are going to laugh. Yeah. A heaping. You know what? No teaspoon. I like a kick. I like my coffee, as you guys can already tell. We are doing a heaping tablespoon. And you know what? I kind of went on Google and I researched this. The caffeine content's not as strong as like a coffee. I think it was for 1 tablespoon was like somewhere between 40 to 60 milligrams of caffeine. But it's a little. These are different Rice Krispies, so I don't know. I'm excited to make these, as you guys can tell. So with all those all those dry ingredients, we want that happy medium. We're gonna have to add a little bit of water, just like got some water here just in case. But to that, we're gonna do 4 tablespoons of. We're gonna use honey. Plus, this is solidified, so I figured, well, I'm gonna use it up anyways. I mean, I still use it in my coffee in the morning every now and then, just a little bit, but. Ah, I forgot to put it upside down. This might, I'm not editing this out. I thought I'd use this one up first because I have another one in the cupboard, but I stood it right side up. You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, we're not using that one. we will use, there we go. So we're going to use a mixture of honey. So 15 grams per tablespoon. We're going to go 15, 60 grams. Wait. Yeah. Wait. 1 sec. There we go. Bang on. There's going to be a nice little finisher to this recipe, by the way, guys. So for here too, like you always, I'm trying to be mindful about the ingredients. It's a big batch, so eating these in moderation. So here, for example, you for 1 tablespoon, 15 grams is 90 calories, 7 grams of fat, 3 grams of carbohydrates, 4 grams of protein. So we're going to go with, just to start, we're going to do, and the oils too. Here's what I want to say while I'm doing this before I forget. The oils in the peanut butter will help it sit really nicely when you freeze these. I mean, you can let them chill in the fridge, of course, for a week, but if you go to freeze them, the natural oils in the peanut butter will help it help stabilize them. So we're going to do 60 grams of natural peanut butter. There we go. Wait. Oh. There we go. So we're going to pop this in the microwave in increments. I've got my paper towels. 1 second. Try to keep clean while I do my recipe, of course, right? So we'll do this in increments. I was going to show you guys the end result, but the finale, if you will. So I'm still here, guys, just at the microwave. We're going to zap that, break down the peanut butter so it's easier to mix in the bowl. Like I said, we'll see how the consistency goes. You can add a little more honey, or we can just do drops of water. So we'll see how it goes. Oh. 2 30-second increments. I don't want to blast it too. I don't want to put it on too long. Too high of a setting, just do it. So I'll put these powders away. Yeah, these are the, so you guys can see. Excellent in shakes, excellent in your coffee, obviously baking. Very good for you. So yeah, these are not your typical Rice Krispie squares, but they're going to deliver some good results, I tell you. That's what I'm all about. In the Iron Life headquarters, in the gym, in the kitchen, I'm all about healthy lifestyle, going all out. That's what I love about life. Keeping things, interesting and fun and healthy. Showing people how dieting, and I hate that word dieting, eating good food can be never boring. There we go. The thing, I didn't pull a lot of the natural oils from the top of the jar. So it was pretty clumpy, the peanut butter, but when you put it in the microwave with the honey, you want a nice smooth consistency. Just like that. But there's quite a bit of dry ingredients, so I'm going to have to add, or not subtract, but we're going to have to add a little more liquid. Thinking because it's going to be quite a big batch. Like I said, I'm being mindful about the macros and how much I'm eating. Like I said, these are a sweet treat. These are great for pre or post workouts or on the go in the morning, especially with the espresso powder. And then, like I said, before they go in the freezer, we'll set them in the fridge. This is my first time, so forgive me. I looked up so many recipes. I'm like, okay, making sure, let them set so they can solidify so they're easier to cut. So make sure they're pre-cut, of course, before you put them in the fridge or the freezer, right? So you can grab and go. We're going to do just, I'm going to measure it. Tablespoon. There we go. That's what I want. Tablespoon of water. The Rice Krispie squares, right? So we want that thickness. Sticky. Like I said, add a little more. Because there's not too many sweet ingredients, you want to add a little more honey to this, which I'm going to probably do. So, let's see what happens. Do a lot of laundry around here. All right, I'm going to grab a spatula so we can get everything out of that bowl. Honestly, guys, these are going to deliver. These are going to be so good. Like making cookie dough, gotta lick the spoon. So, like I said, once you start mixing it, might be dry in that, like I said, it's a lot of dry ingredients. So just, like the 3.5 cups alone of the Rice Krispies, and then the 2.5 scoops of the whey isolate, pretty dry. But the idea is to keep them sticky and gooey because they're Rice Krispie squares after all, right? And like I said, these are great pre-post workouts. Grab on the go. Honey is super good for you. Right, look at that over there. So, to avoid this mixture, because it's sticky, as you know, with the honey, let's play this smart. Why did that come out like that? I don't know. Could just spray the one side, but whatever. A nice, decent layer of the Pam coconut oil. Like I said, it adds a little bit of flavor to it too. Plus, it's in the sprayed on top of the parchment paper. All right, ain't nothing to it but to do it. I'm going to have the honey on hand, the water on hand, and here we go. I mean, honestly, it will stick to the gloves or your hands, but you could use a spatula probably. Like I said, I'm not going to edit this. I've never done this before. I've never made Rice Krispies. I just thought this would be a really, really fun recipe, enjoyable. Something fun to do in the kitchen. So just get right in there. Squeeze everything. Almost like you're kneading a pizza dough. That kind of. Now, of course, like I said, the ingredients I use, I want to keep these super like. I wanted them to be like a superfood Rice Krispie square. You don't have to add the flax or the chia or the maca. And if you want to keep your calories extra low, but I'm using the natural peanut butter with the oils as a binder as well. But you could do the powdered peanut butter, which I love, of course. Add a little bit of water to it, right? Get the right consistency with the powdered peanut butter and the water. Use that as a binder; it'll work. As long as you're using some kind of binder, applesauce you can put in here, maple syrup, sugar-free, or if you want to a different flavor. More honey. These are carb. A lot more honey. Another splash of water. Hey, the more the merrier. If it's too wet, guess what? Add more protein. Right? Protein is priority. Protein is king. Oh man, just as I could smell this. These are gonna be like top notch. So, like I said, the idea is to get your binder, a good binder in here because you want them to stick. Having a little bit of a tough time sticking. It could be probably from the protein powder. Like I said, I've never made it with a protein powder, but it could be the dry and wet ingredient ratio. But that's all right. Rice Krispie squares aren't about, well, your regular Rice Krispie squares aren't about protein. It's all carbs, sugar, but we're doing a healthier approach. Okay. It's okay. More honey. We're out of honey almost. I got the other one. Once you figure out, like I said, so it's not too dry and it's not too wet and it's not loose, you know what I mean? Like if once it's binded nicely, the idea is almost to try and form a big ball like a pizza dough, right? And then press it into the container and let it set in the fridge for a bit, for about an hour, if you're going to put any toppings to it. You know, even afterwards, if you're going to do any toppings, if you want to keep it healthy, dark chocolate chips sprinkled on top once you put it in the fridge to let it set, so they'll sit on top. Then from there you can transfer it to the freezer. You know what we're going to do? I miscalculated the peanut butter. Okay. 5 times. I know what I did wrong. When I said I meant 5, I did 4. I meant 5 tablespoons. So instead of 60 grams weight, I needed 75. So I think I even under measured the honey. We're just eyeing this one up at this point. Like I said, first time doing these. Not your traditional Rice Krispie squares, but guess what? It's all good ingredients. And mindful about how much you eat in one sitting is key. Like these essentially are going to make about 12 bars or squares for what I'm measuring here. I'm not going to grab one, you know what I mean? Not like 2 or 3. There. I'm going to have all the instructions and all the measurements in the description below, so you guys could, like I said, you'll have to adjust a little bit here and there, but pretty well sticky, so we're getting there. Like I said, you really got to mix this really well so it all incorporates evenly is the key, is what I'm noticing. And then once you get them in the last dish, press it down. Make sure it's relatively even as best you can. Make sure the parchment paper, when you put the parchment paper in, make sure it sits up a little bit higher, like overhang, and then I cut around the edges so that you can pull them out easier if you have to grab a utensil of some sort. So there we go. That's all. There's a little bit of lingering pieces here, which isn't a big deal, but it's the right consistency. Like, these are relatively easy, but like I said, between the honey and the peanut butter, I didn't use as much as I was supposed to. So I kind of eyeballed it and added a little more, but and a little splash of water. Man, this is awesome, guys. Just did a little mathematics. 7x9 dish, 2 inches tall, and look at that. Nice. These are going to be awesome. Definitely going to be awesome. So, ideally, if you want to put a sauce or anything on top. So here I'm going to show you guys. Look at that. Looks freaking amazing. So they're about, yeah, halfway up, which is perfect. I thought they're going to be a little bit higher. I wanted them really thick. So I'm going to show you guys. Well, I'm not going to show you yet. You guys probably already know what I'm doing. So we're going to give it a little bit of a finale. Like I said, it'll be in the description below. But you're going to see it anyways. Got enough honey for my coffee in the morning. That's what I love about baking. You know, I'm learning a lot. I'm enjoying it. Oh, we're going to do that more. I don't know. A few recipes were suggesting, yeah, you should put it in the fridge for a bit. No, you don't need to, as long as it's firm in the in your Tupperware, your glass dish. You should be good to go for this last and final step. Actually, the very important step is do what I'm about to do. Put it in the fridge. Let it set for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And then you can enjoy it after that. Or you could put it in the freezer. So it'll stay good in the fridge for about a week, maybe longer. In the freezer, probably a good month. So, oh, almost. This step is crucial, though. I want to make sure that this step is done properly. Oh yeah, this is going to be awesome. One more. I think one more shot. Remember to hydrate. Minimal dishes. 2 bowls, basically. So, this step is, like I said, it's a little important. We gotta cool. I'm in the microwave. I'm obviously doing something with the microwave. There we go. You guessed it. We are doing a little chocolate drizzle on top. So I added 1 teaspoon of coconut oil and 30 grams of 85% dark chocolate. So that's going to be drizzled on top. Thought that was a nice little finale. So yeah, this is one of those steps, like I said, we have to let the chocolate cool slightly, and then we can drizzle it on top. Nice. And then we'll seal it up, put it in the fridge, let it do its thing for about an hour and a half. I'll check it, and then after that, try one small piece, but it's getting late, so I've already had my last meal of the day, so I don't want to have all these carbs and everything else before bed. But for the next day, yes. So let that cool down, like I said, so that when you do go to store it in the fridge or the freezer, you know, if you want that nice look, especially if you're going to serve them, you want those nice diagonals on here. But and be careful, the dish could be hot when you take it out of the microwave. I'm using a measuring cup. And that's how my outlook on success is now. In terms of, so we're just not perfect, but actually I can almost do. It's not. If you have like one of those squeeze bottles, like they use in the restaurants for sauces, get a nice thin stream. I try to do a zigzag diagonal, but okay, guys. I'm going to tilt this down. Look at that. So again, thanks for watching this video. Trying to bring out some more good content, things that I can share with you guys that you guys can eat, and also for myself. And like I said, for me, I'm not in a contest prep for bodybuilding shows, so I'm mindful about my food choices and helping people live a healthy, happy lifestyle, feel good about what they're eating, how to incorporate ingredients, how to make things really healthy, and that is one way to do it. All right, guys, thanks again for hanging out with me in the kitchen, and we'll catch you soon.